In reading the Bible, we often come across lots of information which we perhaps don't understand, or there may be places that we don't understand, or even things like the name of different animals or creatures that we perhaps don't understand, but they still play a significant role. So when I was in Israel, we were at the northern end of the Sea of Galilee, near Capernaum, and it was going on dusk, and on all the black basalt rocks there, we found these creatures like the pictures that I've just shown you before I began talking. And these creatures, I didn't know what they actually were, but we were fascinated by them. They looked like big hamsters, and they were chewing on the grass. So I determined to return home and do some research to find out what they were, or perhaps ask my good friend Pastor Greg Cumming, who'd been there before me, if he in fact knew what they were as well. So I'm just going to read from the Bible to bring some light onto this topic. I've put up some quotes from the Book of Deuteronomy, but they're also in the Book of Leviticus. And it pertains to the time when the Lord was giving Moses the laws and decrees for when they were to enter the then named land of Canaan, and it was determined to be the land of milk and honey. So I'm just going to read from the Book of Leviticus, and we're looking at chapter 11, and you can look this up for yourself, and we're going to read right from the very beginning. So starting in verse 1, it reads, "The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, say to the Israelites, of all the animals that live on land, these are the ones you may eat. You may eat any animal that has a split hoof, completely divided, and that chews the cud." From verse 4, "There are some that only chew the cud or only have a split hoof, but you must not eat them. The camel, though it chews the cud, does not have a split hoof. It is ceremonially unclean for you. The Coney, though it chews the cud, does not have a split hoof. It is unclean for you. The rabbit, though it chews the cud, does not have a split hoof. It is unclean for you. And the pig, though it has a split hoof completely divided, does not chew the cud. It is unclean for you. You must not eat their meat or touch their carcasses. They are unclean for you." So these particular laws that the Lord gave to Moses made it very clear that when they were to enter the land of Canaan, that there was animals which were off limits. And so the Coney, otherwise known as the Rock Hyrax, and today it's normally called the Rock Hyrax, is actually one of those animals which was off limits to the Israelites when they went to enter into the land of Canaan. So this is talking about ceremonially clean and unclean animals that were permitted to eat or not to eat by the Lord. So following this little explanation, I'm just going to pop on a video for you, which I took when I was there, and it just shows you these little creatures as they're moving around on top of the rocks, chewing the cud, as the Bible tells us. Yeah, I don't know if you can see these on top of the rock, but I can't remember the name of them, but Greg mentioned these on his video. They're all over the rocks here at dusk. Panning across, there's another one in the centre now. I'll have to look up the name or ask Greg when I get home, but they're just sitting there watching us, I guess, worrying about us doing something. But they're eating. He's eating, this guy. You see him there in the middle right now. There's another little baby one going down the rock at the back, but you can't see it. But make it sound. There you go. There he is, munching away in the middle. Wow. I hope you enjoyed that. It's always a fascinating opportunity to be able to go to the land of Israel. And one of the things that I love about it is that the Bible is so rich in its detail, and it tells us so much. And there's oftentimes things like this the very laws that were given to Moses about ceremonially clean and unclean animals that we can read in the Bible. But how do we actually test whether that's true or not? Well, of course, when I went to Israel, we were there at the top of the northern end of the Sea of Galilee, just near Capernaum, and it was heading on the time of dusk, so we determined it was time to head back to our hotel. And of course, we were walking along what's known as the Jesus Trail. And this Jesus Trail had all of these basalt rocks you could see beside it. And that's where we actually saw these Coneys, as the Bible call them, or as more often known today as the Rock Hyrax. What I love about it, as I said, is that it just brings evidence to the truth of the Bible, even in this very small way. So I'm going to pop on a small video after I finish speaking, and it's actually just a video of me with my feet sitting in the water on top of the basalt rocks on the northern end of the Sea of Galilee, so you can actually see and experience for yourself, if you haven't been there, what it's actually looks like, and get a feel for the experience that I was able to enjoy. But just before I go, I'm just going to point out the addresses there that's right beneath me. The first one there is for my website, thejesusmovement.com.au, so you can visit there, and this particular video and all of my other videos can be viewed there. There's also information about the Jesus Movement itself, and some blogs and some resources and some information about a tour to Israel. Beneath this one is the YouTube address, the Jesus Movement, Paul Brunton. If you're not already watching this on YouTube, if you type that into the search bar for YouTube, it'll bring you up to the Jesus Movement YouTube channel. You can press the red subscribe button, and that will give you the opportunity to have a look at my many videos that have been produced. Also, if you're interested, you can press the bell symbol next to it, and that'll allow you to receive notifications as each new video is being released. So thank you so much for joining me. My name is Pastor Paul, and I look forward to your company on another occasion.